There is a bit of a Tom Jones theme about to develop, so count the number of song titles that you spot in this next script, because it is not unusual for us to give you some more details about our guest of the day. After all, we don't want you thinking, why is he here? Well, he's John Salt from the recruitment website totaljobs.com. Excuse me as I walk past you, because I just want to get a word from John Salt on this as well. John, as we said, runs the website Total Jobs. So John, you know a lot about the different age ranges of people who apply for jobs on your website and any others. Do you have any idea how many older workers are looking for jobs online at the moment?
Yeah, it's much bigger than people think. I mean, if you take our audience, you have nearly half of them, 48% of them, are age 50 plus. And that's significant. Sorry, aged 50 plus. That's significant because that's a lot of people that are thinking about career change. A lot of what Chris just said there and Naga just commented on. People are being flexible. They're thinking about working longer, especially when a recession comes and people aren't going to take their retirement or use their pensions in the way they thought they were 20 or 15 or 10 or 5 years ago.
But from what you know of the jobs market and how it works and what employers are looking for, is it more difficult to get employers to show an interest in older workers?
I think it depends, and it depends in which types of areas, but there are lots of employers that are looking for people with great experience. Now that's work experience and life experience. If you do have both of those things as an older worker, you should be making the most of that, because employers are looking for people that can make a difference to their workforce, and it's often people with those experiences that have got that. Whether they'll take them on remains to be seen with what's happening, but flexibility, the use of hours, the use of part-time work, the use of different ways of pay and remuneration, that is a strong position perhaps for an ageing workforce, and we are going to have a hugely ageing workforce over the next 15 years.
Of course, under age discrimination laws, employers shouldn't really know how old their workers are before they apply. Anyway, John, thank you. More from you a little bit later.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Dan. He employed his passion for Tom Jones. He's a big fan and even went to see the sex bomb play in Vegas for his honeymoon. Lucky Mrs. Salt, I say. John, do come over and join us.
There is a bit of a Tom Jones theme about to develop, so count the number of song titles that you spot in this next script, because it is not unusual for us to give you some more details about our guest of the day. After all, we don't want you thinking, why is he here? Well, he's John Salt from the recruitment website totaljobs.com. So, what's new Pussycat about him? Well, it claims to be Britain's biggest recruitment website, where 1.5 million people can help yourself find a new job every month.
Well, his strangest job was teaching English to business people in Taiwan without being able to speak a word of Mandarin. And if you haven't guessed it already, as soon as he returned to the green grass of home, he employed his passion for Tom Jones. He's a big fan and even went to see the sex bomb play in Vegas for his honeymoon. Lucky Mrs. Salt, I say. John, do come over and join us.
Sure, Mrs. Salt will be delighted, can't you? Right?
You are sorry you ever spoke to us in advance.
Well, I'm not, because if you can't recognise Tom Jones as the legend, Sir Tom Jones.
Oh, of course, forgive me, yes.
Widely recognised even by Her Majesty, of course, of somebody that's, well, we're talking about ageing workers, somebody that's reinvented himself and been more flexible.
Absolutely.
And actually extended his career just by doing the very things we were talking about earlier. So Tom Jones is a great example to everybody.
Six song titles, by the way.
6 song titles. Tell us about the website, because how does it work? Do you pass CVs on to recruiters? Do they say to you, we're looking for people with these qualifications? Tell us how it works.
Well, it's both, actually. What we have is a website where UK employers and recruiters can come on and post the vacancies that they currently have. Now, that's going to attract job seekers, and it does. It's over 2.4 million job seekers that come to Total Jobs every month, and they make nearly 1.5 million applications to those jobs. They can also, though, post and leave their CVs or their profiles, and recruiters can come and search through those. So we do both ways. We don't charge a fee for people to use Total Jobs from a job seeking point of view. As a matter of fact, it's the recruiters that pay us for access to that CV database or to post their jobs themselves.
We did have a viewer, an email from one viewer, and he'd been looking at your website, and he was a bit perturbed because he said that basically the jobs being advertised are actually ads for recruitment agencies, and he found that quite frustrating.
There are obviously a number of recruitment agencies, recruitment consultancies that use the site because that's the nature of the UK market. A lot of direct employers advertise on Total Jobs, thousands of them, and we carry thousands of jobs from direct employers themselves. However, a lot of people outsource their recruitment process. Recruitment is a tricky thing. If it was easy, it wouldn't be such a big business that it is. It's a tricky thing, and they often outsource that process to recruitment consultancies who do a great job in finding the right people for the right companies. And it can often appear like all the jobs are for recruitment agencies. If you look, you can actually search and filter your job results.
So you can get rid of those?
You can say, I only want to look for jobs from direct employers only, or you can register, you can search by companies. It's not a problem on Total Jobs to do that.
What's the current state of the job market? We went through this phase of employers laying people off. Has that stopped now? Are they hiring afresh? What's happened?
Well, certainly 2009 was a real year of fear. You were either in fear of redundancy or you'd been made redundant. And I think what we've seen happen is a slight increase. If you look at the figures up to the end of November last year, you saw a slight increase, 3% more jobs posted on Total Jobs than in the previous times. Now, what we do with the Total Jobs Barometer, we don't really look at the supply of jobs. We also look at the demand for jobs, so how many people are searching and looking at jobs and making applications. So we have two ways of looking at it. What we have seen is we've seen a rise in hospitality, retail jobs, but a lot of those are part-time and more flexible working, and a lot of them have been taken up by women coming back into the market. As perhaps as the recession has taken hold of household income, more people have done that to be flexible. Now, I think that's a trend that's going to continue, but how much capacity for that there is remains to be seen.
Okay, when are we going to see a firm sign of economic recovery?
Green shoots.
Green shoots. I try to avoid the term section.
Green shoots. Well, I'm not sure we're going to see that anytime soon, and there's a few reasons for that. One is we've got an election by May at the latest. Now, whoever is in charge of this country post-May, they're going to have to face, massive public sector borrowing, public debt. They're also going to have to make some really tough decisions on what they do with public sector staffing. Now, in the past couple of years, that has buoyed up the UK market by the number of people that are working in the public sector area. When that comes away, when they have to make some really, really tough decisions, what's going to happen, I don't know. I would love to say that 2010 is going to be a year of recovery. I don't think it will. 3 or 4% growth in jobs maximum, and a lot of those will be in part-time areas.
Not terribly encouraging for us, but we will watch and see. John, thank you very much. John Salt from Total Jobs.
Thanks, John.
What's the current state of the job market? We went through this. What's the current state of the job market? We went through this